Irontrader. It is Sunday night. So I'm going to take a look here at Bitcoin, at Ethereum, gold, silver, crude oil, and natural gas. Now, NASDAQ futures are up here over 200, and usually Thanksgiving week is, even though it's a shortened week, there's half day on Friday, off on Thursday, is usually an up week. So let's see if it's going to be like that this year. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation by selling stock by ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, here we have Bitcoin. Now you can see here Friday, we put that bottoming tail in here. Now the key is, will it hold? That's going to be very, very key because, hey, it flushed out a lot of people all the way on down. Okay, so you hit that low of that 8750 level. Okay, so your next level that we were looking for here is going to be right down to the bottom of that candle at that 7955, and then we had that 78495, and then we had that 786,390. Then your big retest down there at 74,436. But you notice that it did not get there. And basically, it held this level right here, which is obviously very, very good kind of a situation. Okay, so now on the upside here, so far we're sitting obviously right at the top here. Okay, so on your downside, this is what you're going to be looking for: is it wants to hold the bottom of that candle at that 86.75 level. Okay, then what we do is we just follow these candles all the way on down here. See what we have here? Your next level is going to be 84,790 level. Okay, then we venture down here to your 83,905, and then we come down here to your 83,190 level. Okay, and then what we can do is we have this top of that candle at 81.10, and then obviously we look for that 87.50 level, which was Friday's low. Now here on the upside, we're sitting here, hit a high here so far of 88.230, but the market's been open, I don't know, 10 seconds. So your next level is going to be is right here. Look at the bottom of that candle, 89,325. Okay. Now, but your big target is going to be this 8-day at 91,191. Then we have to see what the reaction is. Now, if we look in the past here, you can see when it breaks through the 8-day, it goes to that 21-day, and I always call that the catch-all because look, we had that tweezer top, came right on down, and then tried to rally up again, couldn't do it, and then it just pushed it all the way on down. The key is this price has to get back above that 8-day. Then we can start retesting all these levels. If it does, you got that 225 level. We come up there 93,960 level. We'll come up here with your 96,145. We look to the bottom of that candle at that 97,905, and we're to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 99,250. Then we have your 21-day at 100,670. But the 8-day is going to be critical on a closing basis. You have to get back above. Then if we can get above, when that price gets above, this is what happens then. And then you get yourself a nice good rally up here. When it's below, this is what happens, kind of a situation. So for what we want to do on Monday, we want to watch that 8-day at 91,171. If it gets up there, we want to see what the reaction is. Does it blast through it and get above that and then make that 8-day turn back up? Okay, or, does it come right back and test that 87.50 level? Okay, now again, easy way I trade this is I use the BITX. I like that. Now, if you're in by the 25th, it paying like about a 16% dividend, and then it'll break that down. I think it's paying like 59 cents a share, whatever you have as shares, and it'll pay out on the 28th. Okay, now you can also trade this IBIT, but a nice short ski, which I've been doing, is BITI, which is a really nice, good short trade. Okay, so again, basically, bottom line, just watch that 91,161 level on the upside, and then watch the bottom of this candle here, 86.75 on the downside. If we lose that, we can go to the left of the chart here. There's your support levels, but you're really watching that 87.50 level. Now you can see here, see how that green turned blue like that? See that? Okay, that is an oversold condition. Okay, so that's what we have. Same with your MACD, we have an oversold condition. I can see how it's trying to round itself off. Okay, now again, this is a bottoming tail. The question is, will it hold and take this price up here, at least to that 8-day, or once it cracks it, maybe up to that 21-day, 200-day, 50-day, and then all the way up here. But again, we have a waterfall 8-day. Everything is a waterfall situation, so we have to get back above, and that's going to take a little bit of time. Okay, let's take a look here now at Ethereum. All right, here we have Ethereum, however you want to call it. Okay, we had a bottoming tail there. Okay, so we hit that low of 26.27 level. So what we're watching is right here at the bottom of this candle, right at the bottom here, you had a 25.99 level. So far that's holding. If we start losing that level, then we're going to come right to the bottom here, 25.22 level. Then we come down to the bottom of that candle. You look at 23.83 level. Then we come all the way down and retest this 21.75. Very easy. But right now we're holding it. What I don't like about this is, see, we have the same waterfall situation going with all these simple moving averages as we do on Bitcoin. Now that 8-day just crossed over to that 200-day, and that's going to be very, very strong resistance if this rallies up. Now, on the upside, you want to look to yesterday, or Friday's high, I should say, 28.93 level. Then we want to look right here to this 8-day at 29.90. It's going to be very, very critical. We get above it, we have that 30.67 level. That is your 200-day. Now, again, if we manage to get above that, we have a lot of levels to watch. 31.28 level, we have 31.75. We march it up here, 32.26, and then we come up here at that 32.70, and then we look for the 21-day at 33.89. But realistically, the two levels, what you really want to watch here is that 8-day and that 21-day on the upside if we can crack up Friday's high. So watch Friday's candle, okay? 28.93 on the high side, 26.27 on the downside. That's what we're trading against, okay? Now, this came down, but this didn't go like Bitcoin. But Bitcoin went right down to the oversold level like we had here when the green turned blue. Okay, see, that's oversold. This didn't do it here. So right now we're still kind of holding it, but it doesn't always have to get to an oversold condition. This could just, stay right here and then rally right on up. But your MACD, everything's on the bottom here. But again, just watch Friday's candle, the high, the low. That's going to be very, very key. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold and silver. Here we have the old gold and silver. Okay, let me pick this up there for you. You can just get it going. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, so what we had is that 8-day crossed over 21-day, very, very bullish, but you notice that it couldn't get through, and now that 8-day is rolling over. If it crosses that 21-day, you're going to force that price down to the 50-day and maybe even down to that retest. Now, you can see how strong that 8-day is. It popped above it, and it couldn't close above it. Right here, right into it, above it, into it, and now we're sitting here right between it. So on the upside, this is what we're watching, is that 40.82 level. Got to get back above that, and then we can go to Friday's high, 41.01, and we come up here at 41.09, and we come up here to the top of that candle at 41.34. We crack above that, you got 41.55. We come up here, 42.18, and then your retest there at 42.55, which is just the top of that candle. We crack that, you got 43.98. Okay, you crack this, you're going to go to 4,500. Now on the downside, 8-day. Okay, got to watch that. I mean, at 21-day, right there, 40.48, that's going to be very, very key. And then your 50-day at 40.05. We start losing that area, you're going to do the retest at 39.01. Right now, we got sideways consolidation here. What I was looking for here is we had this cup, and then this looked like it was going to build a handle. Right now, the handle's flattening out here, so this is really not in play, and that pattern basically is negated. Now, 51, this is not overbought, oversold. The green is sideways on a situation. So for me, this is how I'm trading it. Okay, if it closes back above this 8-day at that 40.82, then I'll jump into GLD and I'll take it to all these levels and to retest at 42.50. If we can't get above that, then I have no trade because I'm just a long trader in this. I want to watch that 21-day. I'm going to watch that 50-day, and I'm going to watch that retest at 39.01. Okay, now if you're shorting this, okay, I don't short it, but I say if you do, just watch that it closes below that 21-day and that 50-day. If it closes below that 50-day, then just the odds are going to be very in your favor of hitting that 39.01. All right, silver, now so you can see the same thing. Okay, see how it is? It rolled over, but see how we had this double top? Okay, so we made this high of 53.76. We retested it, 54.41. You say, oh man, that's the thing. Yeah, but it couldn't hold. See, it could not hold that level on the closing basis, and then she came right on down. Now you can see how strong this 8-day is. Okay, we popped up, closed below, popped up, closed below, popped up, closed below, popped up, closed below, barely got there, and now we're sitting right in the middle. Okay, so for me, this is how I'm trading it. It has to get back above that 8-day at 50, 52. Then I would jump in the SLV, and I would take it to this level, 51.57. That level right there at 52.24, and then we can march it up to this 53.73. Then I would watch this candle right here, 53.76, then 54.41. We check that, you're going to go to that 55. Just that simple. Now, downside, watch that 21. This is very, very key support at that 49.32. And obviously, look at this 50-day. Look how nice that support is, 48.18. Where did this price go? Right to the 50-day. Held it, put a bottoming tail in here, but it couldn't really do anything with it. That's the key, is has to work it. Now, 48.18, we lose that level here. Then we can come, oh yeah, you got support here. You got 47.41 level. We come down here, 46.52. But realistically, you'll be heading for that retest at 45.51. Okay? Not overbought, oversold. Same thing here, just sideways action. So again, you're trading between this 21-day, okay, and that 8-day. We lose the 21-day, you're going to come down to the 50-day. We crack above that key level here, that 8-day, then you're going to go right to the top of that candle. Just that simple. Okay, same way here. We crack above this 8-day, we're going to go right to the top of that candle. Okay, we lose that 21-day, you're going to head right for that 50-day. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil. Here we have crude oil. Okay, now you can see here what we have. Okay, downtrending, high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And look at this scenario. Look at this 58 SMA. Okay, it says it all. Okay, couldn't get through, close above it. Couldn't close above it, couldn't close above it, all the way on down. Now, I have the SCO going, which is the crude oil short. Okay, and then what I'll be doing is if it rallies up, I'll scalp the UCO and then take it off at resistance. Okay, very easy. Now, the 8-day crossed over 21-day, looks like it's coming all the way down. That's going to be your big time resistance. That's what you're watching on the upside. 59.11. Next level, 59.82. Next level is going to be that 50-day at 60.70. Respect the 50-day because of this. Could not get through, nothing. Okay, that's the key. We get above that, we can hit that 62.17. We can hit 62.68. 200-day, 64.23. Retest up here, 60. What do we got there? 66.42. Okay. Downside here, we want to watch Friday's low. Okay, 57.38. If we start losing that level, you're going to come right to the bottom of this candle here, 56.35, and then we have your retest there of 55.96. We lose that. This is your target right here at 55.12. Okay. Now, what is T-Man put sanctions on Russia. Okay, two largest oil companies, about a quarter of Russia's income. I'm sure they're pretty pissed off about that. That's one side of it. Okay, taking oil up. The other side is U.S. is starting to buy oil for the SPR. Okay, you're going to take off some of the supply. On the downside, you got plenty of supply going here. I mean, you got huge supplies, pretty much a glut situation. And if they can get a peace agreement going and stick to it between Russia and Ukraine, I think oil is going to test this 55.12 level. Okay, that's the key, is holding it up. Any kind of disruption, either way, takes crude oil up to the upside. Okay, that's just how it works. That's why I like trading crude, because I don't have to wait for earnings. I don't wait for this. It's always in play. No matter what you do, it's always in play. Yeah, you have the API numbers on Tuesday. You have the EIA numbers. You got the rig count, but it's still always in play. That's the beauty of it. Okay, so what you want to do is watch Friday's candle. That high, 58.80. The low, 57.38. That's what we're trading against. Now, this is not overbought, oversold. This is not overbought, oversold. This could come way on down. But again, if it starts selling off, watch that 55.96. Very, very key. If it say it starts rallying up, watch the 8-day, watch the 20-day, and watch the key 50-day. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Here we have natural gas. Okay, so we popped up here nicely. That was the contract roll. So if you're trading UNG for the long, Boyle for the long, KOLD, you notice that they didn't move. And you say, what the hell's going on? That's contract roll going on right there. Now, you can see here we put that high at 4.58. Friday, we retested it with 4.67. Okay, 4.68, 4.67, double top. See that double top? Very, very clear. Now, you can see the 8-day here trying to roll over, but we have to see if that's actually going to roll up. It tried to roll over here too, and then it popped back up. Okay, so upside, this is what you're watching, 4.48. That is your 8-day. Okay, we get above that, then we'll come up top of this candle here, 4.54. Okay, then we just venture it on here, 4.6 level. Okay, we come up here at 4.63. Then we come Friday's high at that 4.67, and there's the big boy at 4.68. We crack above it. Just look right to the left of the chart, 4.90. That's your target. Just like that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now, on the downside here, what we want to do is watch these levels here. Okay, so far today it hit 4.45. Right here is what we want to watch, 4.45. Okay, so this is the level that we're watching. Okay, so if we lose that, because you take this all the way to the left here, that's your support level. Okay, that 4.45 level. Once, twice, 3, 4 times, hitting it. Okay, now if we lose that situation, then we want to come right down to the bottom of this candle. Looking at 437, and then we come down here, 435, and then we look for the retest at 4.23, and then 4.26 just above that retest. Okay, so that's going to be very, very key. But you can see how the 21 days climbing, you can see the 50 days climbing, 21 days climbing. So, this time of the year, don't get too excited here, but we do have a double top situation. The only thing that would negate that is the close above that 4.68, and then we would take it to that 490 level. Okay, now we got to a little bit over bought condition, and now we're coming right on down. So the green crossed over your red. So let's just see how this is all going to shake out. So again, Just watch that key level. That's that 8-day. That's going to be very, very critical. Okay, 4.48. You have to get above that. If we keep on selling, just watch that 21-day. That's going to be your catch-all. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, and we'll do it all over again. Before we go, I want to give a big shout out to the Detroit Lions, who just pulled it out in overtime. I mean, boy, what a nail biter that they won. So now they're 7-4. All right, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.